The other day when I was using this, there's two screws in here that hold this in place, and one of them shook loose along with its lock nut. And unfortunately I don't have any thread lock compound, so I'll just have to put this back in. I was very lucky to find those pieces in the dirt after they fell out. If you look real close at the video, you can see where that happened, even though it's the high-speed section. But you also see how much this thing was vibrating with that monster tree. It ought to be tight enough. Take the back one just for the heck of it. Ooh, that's loose. When that originally fell out, I lost these pieces, so I had to go to the local hardware store to replace them. Fortunately, True Value's got all those hundreds of drawers with every conceivable piece of hardware that ever existed. Okay, so we can hang that up for the moment. Now, the real culprit. And it turns out I did have the chain on backwards. Okay, this is a 1/2-inch socket. So before I loosen that, the first thing I want to do is take the tension off just a little bit. And I hate that this tension adjustment is so inaccessible. That's bad design. I mean, given how critical that is, that ought to be a very easily accessible piece. And it doesn't retract very easily. The screw actually comes out rather than forcing the retraction. By hitting that, I force the head back in, and it'll hold the retraction. So now my chain is nice and loose. Now I can take this off, and I'm going to have to clean all this stuff because it is yucky, as we saw yesterday. I mean, I don't even want to touch this. Yuck! This is why I don't work on cars. Heavy and greasy, and I'm not good with greasy. It's like my kryptonite. Okay, now that chain simply lifts off, and now we have to flip this end to end. We're going to clean up some shit, so I'll be back in a bit. Okay, just discovered two things. One, there's actually a wheel here at the end that carries the chain around, and I sprayed that up and loosened, but it's still got some grit in it, so it's still not ideal, but I did what I could. And also there's an indicator here that tells you which way the blade goes. The problem is when you're loading the blade, you got to be doing it from the other side, so you don't see that. So that should be on the other side. All this should be on the other side. Dummies. And also that little hole where the set screw is, we'll blow that out. Okay, now to put this thing together with a little bit more relaxed attitude than I had yesterday. Because when you're in the middle of it, man, you don't want to mess with this stuff. So we put the blade on, and we make sure that the half moon is leading. Put that into its little notches. Remember, I've got it loose, so I've got room to do this, and get this hole onto my adjustment screw. Even now in the shop, this is not that simple, you know, as opposed to being on the ground and everything. Basically, these things are a pain in the butt. There we go, I'm on. Now, that chain's loose as hell, but it's on, and my hands are all greasy again. Ugh. And now I can put on the cover and the holding screw, and we go firm with this but not locked down yet. And now remember, lefty loosey, righty tighty, so we're just going to tighten up this baby. Now that feels tight, but the chain is still wicked loose, so we got to keep going. Okay, that's getting good and tight now. You don't want to be able to pull any teeth out of there. Just a little bit tighter. Okay, good. Now that should do it. So you know what? We're going to go ahead and go down back and have a whack at it. What is it? 6 o'clock now. I'm not going to finish that thing by any means today, but we'll have a whack at it. Let's see what my oil is. Well, actually, it's still got a good hunk of oil in there, so it hasn't leaked too much. It has leaked some, though, see? Depends where you set this down, how you set it down, all sorts of crap. Heading down to the work site. Nice little breeze going on. Hot today, but normal hot, as opposed to the oppressive heat of last month. And there you go. We'll see what we can do with this. See how long my chainsaw lasts, see how long I last. As another brief interlude, and because the lighting on it is so neat right now, there's my beautiful pine tree that has died from the last flood. I'm going to have to be taking that down pretty soon. That's going to be tricky. Beautiful tree. Hate to lose it. Wow. Look how much the chain is loosened up. Okay, so I'm going to have to tighten that up, or else it's going to jump again. Okay, so it gets hot, loosens up. That is literally a 3/8 inch thick piece of wood exposed on both sides, fully cut on both sides, just gripping to beneath it. And it took all that to break it out. This is less than a 1/4 inch I'm doing right here. Look at that. Just the bottom edge. That's what it took to break that out. Now this up here, I got a good inch thick here. Good cross cuts in it. And it don't want to budge. Look at that, I got one piece to break. And it didn't even come loose. That is one impressive hunk of wood, I'll tell you that. Yeah. Okay, I gotta go get my set screw and tighten up that. Actually, I need the set screw and the wrench. Tighten up that chain. Whew. Hot chain stretches. Keep that in mind. Okay, so if we loosen up this nut a little bit, just a little bit, then tighten up that again, take that chain in, because look how it's stretched. You can see that's already loosened up a bunch. But coming down here, a nice deep groove in there in the side of that baby. And you see that one's almost gone, but that's definitely way below ground level. And you can see I still got a lot of work to do. Wow. Nope, that ain't gonna happen. Whew. Look at that, baby. Look at that. That even weighs maybe 4 or 5 pounds. 3 or 4 pounds. Isn't that amazing? I just realized something. The tip cuts better than the body because it's got a better angle on those cutting edges. Ta-da! Look at that baby. There's a piece of pie for you, huh? Woo! Maple. That looks like maple. This is a bloody maple tree. Probably a rock maple tree. Ah, woo, baby. Woo. Oh, baby. Ah, that's a good place to park it. Look at that. Little parking place for my chainsaw. I'm gonna take a break. My fingers. Ah, baby. What a hunk of wood. Woo. I want y'all to give a shout out for my hunk of wood here. Ah, woo. Ah. UPS just found me, so I get a present when I finish this. I have no idea what it is. See, this root here is pretty much at ground level. That's why I want to get back to there with it. That's where it dives in there. Ooh, that's loose. I've never seen the pros have to do that, so I guess they just must have better saws. Don't loosen up while you're using them. But they paid hundreds of dollars. I think I paid $45 for this. This is definitely better than yesterday. Look at that, baby. Wow. I guess that is 7 pounds. Wow, loose again. I think my bar is just slipping because I've only got the one nut on there. On the plus side, this is the first job I've done where I haven't had to reattach the chain. I'd much rather tighten it up every now and then than have to reset the damn thing. My cuts didn't line up. Woohoo! Listen to that. I mean, that is solid damn wood. Oh, man, look at that. That is amazing. So there you go. That was much better than the last 2 days, I'll tell you that. I gotta say, over the last 2 days, 3 days today included, I've learned a lot more about chainsaws, using them, taking care of them. And we got this baby done. Look at that. A couple inches below ground level. Now here's ground level. Boom. Okay, so no more having to avoid this area when I come down with the lawn tractor or the walk behind. And I feel a hell of a lot better than I felt last night. So, with honest heart, I say to you, happy day to you.